Yeah, it's online.
Cool. Alright.
So
This should hopefully work for us now.
yeah,
Alright, I'm gonna just get the race started.
like we can at least see what's happening. So yeah, this is better than what we had before. Yeah, I agree. That's not the runners fighting any longer.
I do not have the timers cropped, so there's gonna be no timer. I'm just getting this done quick, and I'm gonna do it while the race is starting. Because who really cares about World 1 timer?
Meanwhile, I will use this time to just quickly check the PBs for the runners in this category. We can see that the TM has a PB of 35 minutes and 12 seconds. Oh, 15 seconds, sorry.
Alright. I'm just giving the cue to begin the race.
And Dunkel has a PB of 37 minutes and 54 seconds, so about 2.5 minute difference between the runners in their PB times.
And it's off.
We're going. Feels strange to now go back into just normal commentary.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are finally heading off, going into Yoshi's Island 2, starting off the race in the same way as we always do. Getting the timers synced, getting the runners as close to each other as possible. Matthew, apparently you're quite low volume-wise.
Low. Let me... Yeah, I normally put a gain on my mic. There we go, that should be a little bit better.
Well, we will see what the audience is saying, if we get any responses. Now we're heading into Yoshi's Island 3. Like, to be fair, these runners are just gonna blast through World 1 without any issues.
Yeah, this is Class B, so nothing weird should happen, I would think.
And on top of that, both Dunkel and TM are like super experienced runners. Both have been around for a long time. They know exactly what they're doing. Both in both in a race setting and if they were just doing attempts.
So pretty much sync going into Y4. I think might not be anything big happening until Wins, or at least Wins. At the start of World 3.
Yeah, you never know though. I remember from the regional relay race that we had in just 11 exits, and a lot of things happened before Donut Secret 1, so you never know. We still have some audio issues according to Twitch chats. So,
somebody's mic is
still
static.
more technical difficulties.
I think it's your mic that's getting static on it. I don't know if that's something you can do something about.
I don't know. It seemed like no one was complaining while I was restreaming, so maybe it's something to do with Discord. See if I can find a setting or something. Let's see if this will affect anything. I increased the sensitivity of when my audio will go through.
I think that should help things, and World 1 is done. I think something happened to Iggy because he finished with 234.
Yeah, his cages were quite slow in the first room.
But it's still pretty much neck and neck.
Like the first one, that's really was a struggle for him. But yeah, now we finally get our cape and we can do what this category is made for. Some technical flying. Yeah, Matthew, what do you expect from this race since Dunkel, as we saw, wanted the short categories? Do you think that he will be better off at the start of the race? Or
I think he's going to be fine because, well, he did pick all switches. So at least up until World 3, I think he's got it. But it's not to say that he can't play the back end of the game. I think he's going to be fine there too. Because, let's see what time he has. He does have a 37.54 in all castles. So I think it's pretty decent.
You see TM struggling a bit there with going through the pipe and then losing his shell quite early on, giving Dunkel a small chance to get a few seconds back at least. Both of them managing to get a, well, two-color pipe or whatever you want to call it.
The famous glitched pipe.
Which you don't want to see because it's actually slower, but still. It's always nice. It looks good.
It does look good.
And we got a 248 from TM there, 249 from Dunkel. So Dunkel getting some time back, but as we can see, he has already lost a bit, so need to keep on pushing.
So it's interesting. I was thinking about Game 2 because this is TM's pick. Game 2 is either going to be 11 exit or 11 exit no cape. So Game 2 will be quite short. I don't know if it's going to mean anything for our runners because we're so early into the first race.
Yeah, it's a bit early on to start thinking about the coming races. But,
I'm calling it now. Tie. Tie to the frame.
Do you think we're going to get all four then?
Maybe. I don't know if anyone's... I don't know if there's a policy in place for exact frame-to-frame ties.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're supposed to replay the category or just play the remaining category in the rules. Maybe something we will have to make up on the spot, if it happens. See, Dunkel had a little bit of a slow flight speed through the level. But I think that TM was actively trying to adjust it. And now we will pick up our Yoshi. Prepare for our Yoshi wings in VD1.
This is something you don't see in Class C. This is real Class B gameplay. Top of the line.
This is how we know that the runners are a bit more experienced and a bit more comfortable with the game. They're going for all the tricks, not holding back. I'm going into Morden's Castle. I think that TM, from what I've seen before of him, he's quite comfortable in this level.
There have been wings in Class C. Got some people really trying to break out here in Super Mario World. Dunkel kind of gets tripped up a little bit in Room 1.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty much been what have caused, well, the gap that we see at the moment. Just small hiccups, pretty much, all over the place for Dunkel.
Yeah,
not that smooth gameplay that you would like to see.
Misses a springboard and he hits the vine block, which is actually causes a lot of lag, because you're pretty much going up the same time as the vine. So it's going to be on screen most of the time. It's going to be pretty laggy.
Meanwhile, TM just blasts through the castle, fires some fireballs at Morden, and kills him quickly. Gain 12 in-game seconds there on that level alone.
So that means, yep, so TM's going to have a pretty big lead going into wings.
Yeah, when the run actually starts, from here on out, the category is going to be a lot more interesting, and a lot more things can actually go wrong. But of course, we hope that the runners are going to be amazing. So let's look at these wings from TM. Nice first dupe. And struggling a bit with the second one, having to restart the Buzzard Beetle.
And he gets it.
362 wings, still good wings. I don't think that he's too disappointed.
See how Dunkel does it. Another good first dupe.
He uses the same strat as TM, which is the most common, I think, just the safe strat. Going a bit slowly around the edge to restart the shell and grab the coin safely.
And he got it. Oh, but he's actually gotta go get it. It's always scary watching wings, because especially in a race, a lot of runners are being kind of conservative as to not key. And he did zip, and TM, something happened there, and he lost P-speed, so he can't really go for sticky fly, but he recovers nicely.
Yeah, like, not perfect from TM, but still really fine. Didn't lose much time there compared to what he wanted to do. And we saw that Dunkel actually brought Yoshi into the level and used Yoshi to jump out of the water instead of going through the vine, which TM did, and which most runners would do.
Yeah, I think if you have Yoshi there, you can't use the Buzzy Beetle at the start to go a little bit faster. But he gets Sticky Fly, so it's all good. I think he makes up a little bit of time on the back end of this level compared to TM. And
TM taking a hit there.
Oh, and that is dangerous. He jumped right into the boo and he lost his Fire Flower too. So this room is going to be... If you've never done this room casually, or at least no cape, you might not know where those green blobs are. I think they're positioning...
TM is super comfortable. No cape strats.
He
has been warming up for this tournament.
He had all castles, no cape selected, so he knows what he's doing. But Dunkel here...
What happened in the first room for TM?
He descended...
He stopped flying.
Yeah, I think he stopped flying before the boo and he didn't cape cancel and he got hit instead. And I think this gives Dunkel a good chance to make up a lot of time, especially since TM is going to have to ride the raft.
Yeah, definitely. Benedictine 3 is, well, one of the most difficult levels to do quick in all castles no cape. Even the no cape strats won't help him too much. And if Dunkel do the cape strats, he's gonna gain a lot of time here. And I forgot that there's a cape over here, so forget half of what I said. Dunkel can still save some time, but not as much as I want.
Now TM is gonna... I hope Dunkel is gonna choose to ride the raft as well. But he might still be able to save some time through a bounce on this blarg. But I don't know, just thinking about World 4, he may not have, TM might not have a flower for Ludwig. And Ludwig, I think you
definitely want to pick up a flower for Ludwig. Is it 12 seconds it saves on the fight itself? So I would assume the TM, if he hasn't picked up a flower beforehand, will pick it up in She's Bridge area. Well, the level past She's Bridge area.
Yeah. Doesn't have a flower for CMBK. I didn't...
Mountain, that's the level I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Was he planning to go for CMBK? Look, I don't know. I assume it's a cool thing to try for.
I don't know if he would try for it in a race, though. I don't know how comfortable TM is with that strat.
It's very easy to... you don't lose a horrible amount of time, but...
But at least both of the runners get a little bit of a breather going through Vanilla 4 before heading into the castle. Yes, here you need to keep watch out for that Medikoopa.
Are boss kills something you would see in Class B? Maybe. There's still quite a bit of variance between the members of Class B and just the people in Class B. And I feel like there isn't a huge line between Class A and B. So it's possible. It's possible that we see some
the
boss
top runs
kills.
of Class B is really much on par with the higher seeded runners in Class A.
Yeah.
But really clean room ones from both runners there.
And TM gets the cycle skip.
Yeah, like this castle so far has been pretty much perfect for TM. And I haven't seen any issues from Dunkel either.
Oh, Wang Whack. Always good to see that in all castles.
And yeah. Guess we will have to keep an eye on TM screen now and see if he chooses to pick up the flower or not. But yeah, I think that both runners pretty much had exactly the same castle.
Both really good. And now for the easy level. The only easy level in the entire run, I would argue. CBA with Yoshi.
I would still argue that all the flyovers are easy as well. But yeah, this is the easiest one. Absolutely.
It looks hard. I don't think many Class C runners are gonna get it. That you just hold right and B, and you win.
They will if they have watched my tutorial.
Ah. It's a good plug for how to get...
At least one of them have.
It's a good plug for how to get good at Super Mario World. Just hold right and B.
Now TM choosing to pick up a shell and fly through this level. I think that with with a Yoshi, it would be quicker to not pick up the shell and still fly through the level. But maybe he wasn't comfortable with the inputs he needed to do. And he chooses to pick up the flower.
And it's gonna actually cost him a couple of seconds in terms of going through the rest of the level slowly, but it should be made up over Ludwig and Roy.
And you will see Dunkel just soaring through the air off screen as you want to do. Showing what the levels looks like if you don't pick up a shell. Here, now it's going to be interesting to see what TM does in the second room if he chooses to go for flower. Oh, keeps with cape. Going with cape strats here with these tight movements underneath the potibus.
So he did notice when he went through that last set of potibus that he did slow down just slightly, and that makes the window for cape pumping just a little bit easier. And Dunkel having to just duck manually under the spike.
Dunkel missed the P speed on the very first flight. So after that, it felt like he was just trying to go safe for the rest of it. Just to not mess anything up and lose his cape. But yeah, we saw why TM picked up that flower. Nice boss kill from him. And Dunkel got through the cages as well, no issues, and getting that kill on Ludwig. Do you expect either runner to go for wings now in First Evolution 1?
I think TM will go for wings. I mean, he is leading by 30 seconds or so, but you know, there's still plenty of run left. We're only about halfway through. I think he's gonna do it. And if I'm wrong, oh well.
I always like to see people go for the hard strats, so I hope that it does as well. Go hard. Well, try your best at going hard. If you fail, you fail.
I do wonder
That's not
though.
how I myself play the game, but that's what I like to watch. Now we picked up the green shell though, so we knew that he was not going to attempt them.
I do want to see when the first Class A race will be, because I think that will be fun to see. It will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, Arcalark versus Pesu.
Was that tomorrow? I thought that race was on Thursday.
Am I reading it wrong? That is tomorrow, Wednesday. Unless...
Oh. And it was me that was wrong. Nice first right clip from TM. No issues at all going in through Forced Evolution 2. And for the sake of it, let's hope that Uncle gets the save block.
I've been told in Europe it is Thursday, because you're ahead of me. So we're both right, somehow.
That's perfect. And Uncle's struggling a bit with getting off his Yoshi.
Yeah, he doesn't get in the wall for the first right clip, and drops Yoshi. Oh.
Did TM die? He swam underneath the level for too long.
Oh my.
And was underneath the goal and fell off and died.
Oh my. I think did he hit the goal tape and fall under?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that.
And meanwhile, Dunkel is going through the level normally with Yoshi because Yoshi clips weren't nice to him.
Going for an easy
clip.
So
this is interesting. And you can see how laggy this level is. I hate going through this level without clipping. But Dunkel is further, and he has the lead.
Does have the lead. So we do have a lead change.
Yeah, we have a lead change, but I really feel sad for TM. That is an awful way to die.
Yeah.
It's not really a mistake that you have done. You have gone through the entire level, done exactly what you were supposed to. Then you just are a bit too low down at the end of it, not going through the floor.
Yeah, and you could see Dunkel took the key and immediately went inbounds, which is a little more dangerous because you're susceptible to getting destroyed by the fish, which is why you go under the level, but now TM able to get inside. And Dunkel has the lead in FOI 3. And 22 bonus stars.
Does TM has a flower? Or
TM should still have a flower.
Yeah, it does. Nice.
And doesn't even
go
for
extra time at least.
Doesn't even go for Dirty Bubble. Everyone's favorite meme strat that saves a frame, probably.
It's also super easy to do, so. But yeah, now let's see Roy Flight from Dunkel. If he takes a death here, then TM will be right back in the lead. I don't expect any runner in Class B to struggle with this, but it's always a bit risky. We have seen a lot of people failing it.
According to Canon in 96, Dirty Bubble saves 10 minutes if you do it once, and 30 minutes if you do it twice. Oh, Dunkel gets hit. Right at the end. Still gonna have Fire Flower, but no cape.
TM getting through the flights well as well. Spoke too early, I think.
Oh, is he gonna make it? Okay.
Yeah.
This is dangerous. And he's taken it rather quickly, using those all castles, no cape backups.
But for him now, there's quite a while until he's able to pick up a easy cape.
He
He'll have
may
to
go
through
back
the
to
entire next
FOI1.
level.
May go back to FOI1 because he got the midway to pick up the cape last time. So he's going to be right there at the box again. Dunkel did not. So he's most likely just going to continue on in CI1.
Yeah, he does. So yeah, let's see some no cape strats from both runners. Just a reminder, this is normal old castles. This is no cape.
Oh.
And Uncle does not seem that comfortable with going no cape.
This
He
level...
knows what to do to get through it, but it's not doing it that quickly.
This level can be quite challenging just because of all the slopes and the dino rhinos.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Grabbing Yoshi.
But since I know that TM is comfortable here, he can make up a lot of time going through this level with the proper no cape strats. As you can see, he's almost caught up, like halfway. Yeah, only being half a level behind right now, after being almost the entire level behind after the castle. Now I'm expecting DunkelGotik to get a cape here in the ghost house. There is one here in the first room. If it skips it, it will have to do the second room capeless. Going safe past some of the areas, but he manages to get his cape. So now he is back exactly where he wants to be. Ian skips the cape. What do you think of that, nephew?
He does skip the cape. He's does not get the bounce.
He did it correctly. He just didn't hold.
Yeah, he
A
did
again
not get the big
soon
bounce that he needed off the boo line. Is there a name for it? I forget.
I think, well, I don't know if it's the proper name, but I say boo laser.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, he aims just to get his mushroom at least this time. And he will do the exact same strat again, I would assume. And there he goes.
Gets
now
it
he's
right
up
that
there.
time. So that is what you were gonna see a minute ago. And Dunkel is already into Chocolate Secret, so he's over a level ahead. But he's going
He goes back.
for Yoshi.
Yeah. Did he forget to pick it up, or did he lose it on the level? Because I forgot to look at it.
Don't remember. Yes, you do need Yoshi in this category for Bob 2.
Doing a bit of a left-right there, but still manages to land perfectly on the second football guide. And yeah, TM is now, well, 2 screens behind, I would say.
Yes.
But still no cape on him.
And so this category was TM's choice. So after the bans, it was... And he loses Yoshi there again, so he may have to get it back one more time. This was TM's choice, and see, he had... After the bans, it was all castles and no Star World for TM, and then Dunkel had 11 and 11 no cape. So the next race will either be 11 exit or 11 exit no cape.
And DunkelGotik actively chose to ban all castles no cape, so he did not want to do this category without the cape.
Meanwhile,
But
TM
with a
has
cape,
chosen.
he is doing well so far.
Meanwhile,
having the
TM
lead.
has chosen to continue without Cape. It's not a huge amount of time he's losing. It's only about 6 game seconds slower in Chocolate Secret. And Dunkel not going for Crusher Skip, playing it safe.
Yeah, like right now I would expect TM to pick up his Cape in the Sunken Ghost ship. But he goes back for Yoshi. Recognizes that he needs it for Rob 2, as he said. And Dunkel is extending this lead. There just keeps on being things that goes wrong for, well, mainly TM. Dunkel having to wait an extra cycle here in Venus Room 2. Always sad to just stand still and wait for another scholar or other scholar element to move.
No Cape Crusher Skip. Very nice. Oh, Cooter kill for Dunkel.
And he is through. We'll try and keep track of just how far ahead he is heading into the final stretch of this race. Leaving the fade out on 29.52. While TM is heading into the fight. I feel like you can clearly see that TM knows what he's doing, but I've just have some strange mistakes happen, both with Cape and without Cape. He has quality, so maybe he still have a chance to catch up. So it's just shy of 30 seconds between the runners at the moment. I think that Dunkel set up his despawn of the Burring quite nicely. We'll see soon though. Oh, he didn't. He will have to scroll this if he wants to despawn.
I think he
still was a bit too slow.
I think he stopped just for like a split second, and that made the cycle a little inconvenient for the despawn.
I don't know. Are you much of an orb guy, Matthew?
Not really. I do like the orb.
Then we will spare our viewers this time.
I'll give it a... Oh. Dunkel.
Having some issues.
Orb. Yeah, Dunkel missed the eat on one of those spikes and it hit him instead. I'll throw down a so safe in the chat. Celebrate our runners getting the orb.
Now here, Mob 1.
And TM has orb. Just about 3 game seconds faster. So TM is trying to pull back here.
The TM mess up somewhere, because only 3 in-game seconds when Dunkel messed up, both with despawn and getting hits during the falling.
Not exactly sure. Could have been the lag reduction, but I'm pretty sure. I think game lag also slows down the timer. So I'm not quite sure.
Anyway, Dunkel had no issues at all with Mob 1, and TM is just flying through as well. And here's why we actually have Yoshi. Getting some normal Yoshi wings. Just straight out of the box. Do you expect Dunkel or TM to go for flight here in the second room of the Ghost House?
I think TM might, to try to make up the lead, especially since Dunkel did not get P-speed in room 1. There's a bit of time for him to make up.
Yeah, like TM is still quite a way behind. I don't think that he will be able to catch up, no matter what strats he does, unless Dunkel messes up somewhere.
Well, Dunkel misses the slide. There's another couple of seconds. See what TM does. And he's going for it.
Yep.
And he's got
And
it.
he does it. Meanwhile, Dunkel is flying in Larry.
Oh! Just misses a slide. Gets it second try.
Yeah. That second room was pretty much the same as Dunkel, since he also missed the first time. Meanwhile, Dunkel is not going with flights through Larry Room 2. One of the most difficult levels in the category to do without slowing down.
Yeah, so I think this is yet another place TM could make up a little bit of time. And it's pretty much just going to come down to the Bowser fight. And Dunkel had door fly.
Dunkel had flight into the Larry fight, which is always a bit scary. If you're not prepared for it, you can just accidentally fly straight off the platform and end up in the lava.
TM is just getting destroyed by Magic Koopa. Not that badly, though.
Yeah, and TM's castle was definitely faster than Dunkel's. But as I said, he's just a bit too far behind. Needs Dunkel to keep doing some mistakes.
So Dunkel has 2 capes, which means that he could potentially do the D-boost strat in door 5.
I actually think that he will. I'm expecting Dunkel to know that strat is faster and be something that he goes for.
Misses door fly in door 2, so that is another place for TM to gain a couple of seconds. But this is getting really close. This is a close first race, and he's going to go for the D-boost. Oh, TM actually grabbed. Oh! Oh no!
Ooh.
Grabbed
So
the net.
TM is about 18 seconds behind, but lost that cape. So if Dunkel does the strats correctly, you can add some time on it. So yeah, right now everything is down to the Bowser fights.
Dunkel is going to be able to do cape kill, and TM is already behind, so...
But yeah, we have seen stuff happen in the Bowser fight before. 20 seconds on a cape is not something that guarantees a race. Getting the first hit nicely though. And perfect second hit as well. It seems like TM knows his no cape strats, so it's lining up for perfect no cape fight as well. Now the most important hits. Will Dunkel get his ball skip? And he does. TM trying to save all the frames and skipping that mushroom to not have the power-up animation happen.
That is an interesting ball skip. And it works. It's gonna work. But I've never seen anyone just kind of actively wait out the timer and keep track of where he is. And gets the up throw a little late.
I think that I've seen something similar before, maybe not exactly like that, but it's definitely a lot more interesting than staying at the end.
And
GG for Dunkel. Getting that first win. But remember, guys, that he still needs to win one more race.
And it
before
will be one of his
this,
categories. The next race will be 11 or 11 no cape.
And GG for TM as well. I know that he's not happy about this race at all. But he should have some great strats at least.
So that is GG to both runners, and we will now figure out what Game 2's race will be.
Yeah, it's time to see that wheel again.
Well, here it is. It's either 11 or 11 exit no cape. Gonna be very exciting. How do you spin it? Here we go.
I will create a new race room meanwhile.
Alright, everyone ready? We're gonna see this wonderful wheel. How many exits will there be? 11 or 12?
I think it's gonna be at least 10.
At least 10. Alright, let's see if you're right. Cape or no cape? That is the question. It will be with cape. 11 exit cape. And no, I believe it's glitchless as well, so no orb, no cloud. So I will get the other scene back up. So I think this is our first race of the tourney that is on 11 exit. So we'll see how that goes.
It's really fun with this tournament that we get to see so many different categories. But yeah, for this one, I think that both runners are gonna be super comfortable. Dunkel, of course, since he chose the category, but also TM. I don't think that he is afraid of 11 exit in any way.
Time for a real category, says Carrick, and he is absolutely right. This is the category. Not no cape, no Star World. It's 11 exit.
So Dunkel's PB in this is a 10:52. And TM has a 10:47, if I'm not looking at this wrong. Yeah, you're just giving the runner some time to prepare and set up for the next race. Grabbing some water if they want to. And as soon as they are ready, we will let you know.
I had to put up the fact that Dunkel has won the first one. There it is.
Now I didn't get to show off my star.
I did see your star.
That I had there.
They did look very nice. Hopefully we get that all integrated into the layout so it's going to be even better.
Yep, definitely. And hopefully we will sort out the technical difficulties. And Mike actually has a update on that, and he says that there were 4 streams, 4 TM streams, like going at the same time for whatever reason.
Can't have enough
within
TM.
The tool.
Yeah, and he's streaming at 1080 as well. So that does quite a number on the bandwidth.
Yeah, I don't know how 4 streams happen though.
Just everybody wants to watch him. Simple as that. He's just that popular.
I mean, is there anyone in chat that wouldn't like to watch TM?
Okay, so it looks like both of the runners are ready, and we're going to get started in just a moment.
And the timer has hit 0, so the runners will be going. It should show for us any second now. And they are off.
Best of 7. I'm a huge fan of best of 7, but I think in Super Mario World, I don't think anyone would want to play the game 7 times in a row.
Well, even though we would like to watch it 7 times in a row, I agree with you. I don't think people want to play it 7 times in a row. But yeah, heading into 11 exit now, any small mistakes makes a way bigger difference in this category than before. Short category, so you don't have much time at all to catch up if you end up being behind.
And Dunkel has not scored a single point either.
Really going for those
there we go.
lag optimization strats. No points. But so yeah, if you take a look on what happened in the last race with Dunkel just losing a little bit of time in a lot of levels here in the early game, that can't really happen this time, because I do not believe TM will give him the chance to catch up.
And it seemed to me from the last race that TM was better in a lot of levels, like level for level. I think even if he's behind a little bit, there still might be a chance that he could catch up, even in this short of a category.
And Dunkel not even getting the 259, being a bit slow on the brown platforms and getting the 258. And that is those small, well, that doesn't really affect much, but just losing a little bit of time in every level, as Matthew just said, that will add up.
I think TM even saved a couple more frames in that level because he stomped the shell. If you're not going for shell jump, then the best thing you should do is just stomp the shell, because that way it can't cause any lag, because that level is laggy for some reason.
Dunkel still struggling a little bit with the cages here in room 1. Not much though, but just a little bit slower than TM. And both of them missed the work, so even though he had some chance to catch up, he also missed it.
Does not appear that TM has a 1047. Does not say an SRC, but I'm sure it would be good anyway because he can do all of the exits pretty fast. So he knows what he's doing.
I think that 1047 was on SRC because I saw it before the race.
Then I must be blind.
Or it was a 1049 as well. It was at least a 1040 something. Oh yeah, team with that tiny lead so far.
Although Dunkel did have Dunkel did have a little better Iggy's than he did last race.
Now we saw in the last race Dunkel hitting the pipe and losing a bit of time by not getting to the key as quickly as possible.
There's a different TM with a 1047. Is that so?
So yeah, TM's Cape Crab was a bit more optimized than Dunkel's. We'll see at the end of the level if both the runners had good flight speed as well.
So there's a different TM with a 1047 on SRC, not related to this TM who also has a 1047 but not on SRC. It's quite a coincidence.
Well, who would have known that TM is just such a common name? See, Dunkel just being a few seconds behind. TM not grabbing the shell.
Doesn't grab the shell, and Dunkel doesn't even hit the Koopa. Oh, and he loses cape and stomps the Koopa.
That's a bad mistake.
That is going to cost him dearly.
That's the sort of stuff that you can't afford in 11 exit. Because, as you know, TM is watching the stream, so he will know about that mistake. So he might even take it a bit slower now to make sure that he doesn't do any mistakes. But looking at his ghost house, he's not slowing down at all. It's really tight with those with that booring. Uncle chooses to go back for a cape, and I think that I would have done the same. It's a really beautiful ghost house from TM. Not giving Dunkel any chance whatsoever to gain any time back. So TM is pretty much a big booth fight, including the fade outs ahead of Dunkel. And even getting some proper zips.
Good first zip, second zip though. Misses one attempt and he's not going to try again.
So Dunkel is about 28 seconds behind at the moment.
We'll see how his zips go, because that could certainly cut down on the deficit.
Oop.
Tries to go for a right
Struggling
zip,
a bit,
gets a...
but getting it at the end.
Doesn't get that zip either. So they both got 84 out of that.
I might be wrong, but it felt like he went to the left a bit too early. He only had 3 blocks spinning when he tried to go for the second zip.
Yeah, that
And
could
you
be.
need to have 4.
Dunkel is behind because he lost cape in Donut Secret 1. And so he had to go back and get it again.
TM doing the classic, throwing the P-switch, but then getting hit by it when you're trying to fly. Slowing it down in just a tiny bit. It's tempting to go fast, but then like making an obstacle for yourself. Now, team, we don't want you to go underneath the level and die again, like you did in First Evolution 1. Oh, 2, sorry, in the last race. So please manage to get to the key here. Thank you, team. And we are already heading to Bowser's Castle. While Dunkel is soaring through the air. Now I do believe that TM is gonna go for the item swap and do the D boost.
There it is. This race is a first to 2, so if Dunkel wins this game, he wins the match. If TM wins, then we will go to a tiebreaker, which, let me pull up the potential categories, could be one of no Star World and 11 exit, no cape.
Very nice dark room from TM as well. Meanwhile, Dunkel missed door flights in room 2 again. But got the item swap and went for the D boost. perfectly. And yeah, perfect phase 1 from TM. He's in good shape for tying this match up with at 1-1.
It's gonna be exciting. It's our first restreamed game 3. We had one yesterday, but unfortunately that one wasn't restreamed.
And it's really interesting so far that both runners appear to be winning the other person's choice.
Will that mean anything for game 3? Does that mean whoever chose the game 3 category will lose? That is the
Might
question.
be. But first, let's finish this one off. TM has one phase left, has to make a Koopa, has a cape, and I think that he's super confident here. Meanwhile, Dunkel is having himself a perfect Bowser fight, but it's not enough if TM doesn't make a mistake. And GG. TM takes the second race and ties this up.
A very good 10:56.
So yeah, must feel good for TM to have a good race after that last race, where he did some really strange mistakes that he wouldn't do otherwise. And GG to Dunkel as well. So, yeah. I don't think we have any reason to delay. Should we just bring up the big wheel again? As we said, and as we can see, it is 11 exits, no cape, and no star world that are the options. Both runners won the category that the other person chose. Sorry. So maybe if that trend continues, you do not want your category to be picked here. And it is going. And it is 11 exit, no cape. So we'll see this same category again, but without the cape. And as we said, if the trend holds up, this will be a win for TM, but who knows? So we are going to have a short tiebreak game between these runners. And well, I think that TM, having won that latest category with a really good run, and having shown in the all casters race that he is comfortable, no cape as well, I think that he has a small edge here. But a single mistake can make it so that The other runner just takes the lead too big to manage to catch up. So both runners have joined the race room, and we're just waiting for everyone to be ready again to get this final race started. Matthew, have you seen any PBs from these runners in this category? Seems like both our runners are ready to go.
I did look on speedrun.com. TM does not have a 11 exit no cape time, but the imposter TM, who also has a 10:47 in 11 exit, has a 12:47 in 11 exit no cape.
Well, I think that imposter TM and TM is pretty much as good as each other. So.
And Dunkel has an 11:12 in 11 exit no cape. And that one I think was also glitchless. Yes, it was. Alright, and the race has begun here in the race room. Now we just wait another second for the stream to come up, and Dunkel unsynced us again.
The TM is start, so let's restart it.
Alright. I think we can restart it. Here, if...
I just cancelled the race in the race room.
It's been cancelled. Cancelled. A DNF for both players. Because we didn't even get that far. It's still going. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, we will see if the runners notice. Yeah, both the runners have acknowledged the restart.
That was a fluke. That's it. That was all of Game 3. Now we're in Game 4.
So let's create a new race room. Because I think that once you cancel a race, you have to redo the race room, right?
I wouldn't know. I have no experience with race time. But I think we...
It seems like the easiest way to do it, so...
That's it. That's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. This race shall go unfinished. I think we have another room coming up.
I'm going to double check this time that both runners are ready. Yeah, so we don't have the same issue again. Okay, they have confirmed. Countdown starting now. Yeah, Matthew, what you didn't tell the runners was that the final race was in the 6th race. Well, in A6.
In A6. In one of the 6s. That would be an interesting category. If we just... We just had a tournament that was solely meme categories. 22-star tournament. Could even have my favorite category that I invented, 2-star 2.
We can have just a toss-up tourney for some meme categories.
Could even have SMA 2 as one of the categories that you could pick.
I think Dunkel is a bit sad with the restart because he lost some time already, running down of a ledge, losing his P speed for a tiny second.
I think TM is playing mind games. He's really icing Dunkel for this last race, making him play this hard level twice. 4 Yump, 4 Yump. That would be quite an interesting race category.
Does that mean that TM now is the villain of the match?
Maybe. Depends if he wins.
See if Dunkel is running more on the brown platforms this time. Seem to be jumping a bit early on the early ones. Yeah, this might be a 258 again.
It is a 258. Although, I don't have it synced really well. Look like Dunkel's ahead, but the timers are not quite synced. There we go.
I think you've done well enough. I wouldn't demand any more sync than this. I mean, I couldn't even stream the race.
Yeah. Dunkel tosses the shell again, and loses a couple frames for that. I think TM pulled like a frame ahead, just based on that.
Yeah.
Unless I'm reading into this too much. Pretty sure that happened.
Well, we will see now on the cages in the castle once again. TM has been gaining some time here in this first room, both of the previous races.
Oh my god! Oh,
Did not expect that.
They are.
And almost a tie to death.
They
They died in different ways, but at the same time.
Look, they're both committed to the sink. That's all I'm gonna say. They're both committed to the sink.
Maybe both of them are getting a bit nervous, and
this is quite a nerve-wracking choice for Game 3, considering it is, or Game 4, considering it is so short.
It definitely is. Like, that death could have determined who actually wins the race if there were no other mistakes happening. But yeah, instead both of them decided to do the same thing. Dunkel just barely failing the slide strats. It was super close to getting that final fireball, having Iggy go into the lava, but had to jump on him once. So yeah, TM have gained a bit of time. I don't know if he gained any time from the death, but it was 2 in-game seconds quicker for the castle at least.
Now, if the law of sync holds and we have a tie, we may have the first ever Game 5. Although Game 3 didn't count. But this is actually this is the first exciting level. This level is always fun to watch. And Dunkel bonks on the turn block.
Like, having some issues, letting TM extend this lead a bit.
And a 360 for TM. And 354 for Dunkel.
And this time they won't have to worry about getting the shell, because without the cape you can't get it. So, no way to lose your cape to that issue this time. TM so far swimming beautifully with that block.
Yeah, TM does a very good job.
Dunkel choosing to bring the P-switch with him. A little bit slower, but also a little bit safer, so... Since he was already behind, maybe he's banking on that TM is gonna do some mistake. And just doesn't want to get too far behind.
Takes the D-boost anyway through that boo ring, and so does TM.
Yeah, through different boo rings though. Dunkel
I
getting
think
a
Dunkel
mushroom here
might
to
do
do the
another
same D-boost.
D-boost, yeah. And he does miss the jump. That's going to make it... It's going to lose a little bit of time that he could have saved.
Yeah, beautiful ghost off from TM. Not really giving Dunkel a chance to gain any time. No, Star World is one of the worlds that will become a lot different when you don't have a cape.
Star World
No zips here.
Star
Star
World's
World
a lot easier, because there's no chance that you zip.
I can do the same thing as they did, blindfolded without losing any time, or have done at least. So.
Wasn't getting that 84 time. Star World 2 also pretty much the same.
Yep, it's in Star World 3 and Star World 4 that things get a bit more interesting. Star World 3, they will have to steal the cloud from Legacy.
That could get hairy.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it should be that hard, but it's easy to mess up and lose time with. So it's always a bit...
And that one just went right through Lakitu.
Yep. Managed to pick it up nicely though. Doesn't lose a lot of time there.
I think that second block that he grabbed, he was planning to bring with the cloud so that he could hit the question block, just as Dunkel is going to do. But the first one missed, so he had to use that. Anyway.
And now, in my opinion, the most interesting level is in this run.
TM missed P-speed there.
Yep. Let's see how he chooses to recover from it. And you don't have that much time before Yoshi will swallow this shell.
And Dunkel gets it a lot faster. He's going to have a little bit more time.
If you're too slow, you can die here while trying to get to ski.
Oh no. Okay, just in time.
Yep. TM was super close. Making my point while I'm speaking
And Dunkel's actually going to make up about 9 game seconds.
Yeah, it's not a lot between runs now.
So this is neck and neck going into Bowser.
Yeah, it's 6 seconds. So TM doesn't have time to do any major mistake. A tiny one he can do, but nothing more than that.
Good cage strategy. Doing the no cape strategy
gaining some time here.
And going for the D-boost.
Did he stop at the correct crusher? Felt like he stopped one early. Yeah, heading into the Bowser fight. Now, if it does the fight just as well as it did before, no cape, this is a win for TM. But any mistake will give Dunkel the chance.
I'm going to sync up TM just a tiny bit.
Yeah, so this game 4 deciding here in the Bowser fight. Nice first phase from TM. Let's see if Dunkel gets his second hit. It's always a bit scary seeing the boss fight as small Mario. And TM knows that he is ahead. Just grab the mushroom just for safety. I mean, if I were Dunkel, I wouldn't grab it, and he skips it.
TM with his interesting ball skip. It's not that interesting, it works. Dunkel's doing the same thing. Maybe I should do that. I've always run to the right, but I feel like now that I'm watching these players, I'm learning how to play the game again.
Running to the right just feels so much safer. You have to show that you're old school, Matthew.
Doing my old school strats.
Team here in the final phase gets one more hit, and he has done it. He has won this match.
That is it. TM is your winner. Congratulations.
Getting the win, 2 races against 1.
I will put the winner flag. There it is. There it is. He's
And,
won.
And the trend did actually go on. The runners did win the opponent's choice through all of these races.
Now TM is lucky his category didn't get picked.
Do you expect any of the runners to come on here for some post-game interview?
Let's see. They're all welcome to come.
Meanwhile, I can say that both TM and Dunkel have Vert in their group as well. So both of them still have one more race to do.
So I believe Dunkel is actually going tomorrow against Vert. And then let's see when Vert and TM are going against each other. I don't think that's been scheduled yet.
But yeah, TM takes a commanding lead of the group with this first match. And it seems like we will have TM coming into the stream.
Alright, I'm gonna drag him in. Welcome, welcome, TM.
Hello. Hello.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Man, I thought I was going to tilt after that death in Forest.
Did you cut out?
Did I?
Yeah. Can you just repeat what you said?
Yeah. I thought I was going to tilt and lose everything after I died in Forest 2.
Yeah, that was, I didn't see it.
I saw it, but I really did not expect you to die there.
I think that's
and
just...
then after the low bounce on Charcoal Ghost, I kind of just decided I was going to lose.
But yeah, I feel like you said in chat that this was mistakes that you would never do and never does. Have you died in FY1? Well, FY2 before in that way?
I have not died in FY2, but I have died in CI3 and Struggled 5 in the same way.
And speaking of deaths, I just have to ask, did you know that both you and Dunkel died synced in the last race?
I looked after the cutscene and I kind of assumed something happened because we were still synced.
See, you ran into the lava and he jumped into the Koopa and both died at the exact same time.
For that reason, I always have trouble with that single jump in races.
Was it anything with nerves, or was it just something happening?
You know, a little bit. Nervous as in, if I make a mistake, I'm going to lose. But I was surprised that Dunkel decided to go back for Cape in his 11 exit run because he picked 11 exit no Cape.
Yeah. What do you feel about that? You guys both won the categories that you did not choose. Do you think that there might have been some mistakes with the picks, or?
Well, I know there were definitely mistakes on both of our parts in those categories that we lost. My strategy for picking categories was that we just pick Dunkel's oldest PBs.
That's quite
that he was the most trusty at them.
That was the hope, yeah.
Do you feel like that it's a strategy that you will continue to use, or are you going to adjust?
I do really like the mid-level category, the all castles, no Star World, Cape, no Cape. I do like the 40-minute long categories a lot, so I'm probably gonna stick with those a lot mostly. And all switches is, I'm not a huge fan of orbs, but I will always cancel 96 if it's there.
And giving word at the info. Oh, well, you guys might have already picked the categories, though.
They already knew that. That's fine. They already knew it.
It's okay. Everyone hates 96. Dunkel will not be joining us, but he does say 11 exit sucks. Which I totally agree with.
So yeah, that was a fun race. Unfortunately, I do have to take off because when I was late for the third race, I got a call that I needed to attend to, and I think I need to pop out now.
Well, thanks for coming in and talking to us, and congrats again for the win.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's see what's coming up on the schedule. Tomorrow, Vert versus Dunkel. And Dunkel picked 11 exit no cape, but not regular 11 exit. He's got no cape in his Star World and all switches no cape. So we'll see a lot of no cape action tomorrow. That's at 3 Eastern, and then at 6 Eastern will be Arcalark versus Pesu, our first Class A match. So that one will be pretty fun to watch.
And then during the weekend there will be races all day long,
Yeah.
as long as we have restreamers for them. So
we may even
stay tuned for the channel.
It's gonna be a lot. So thanks for watching, everyone. Do you have any last words, Blue?
No, I think we're done. I just hope that people enjoyed the races, and hope that you will come on and come back and watch again for the coming races.
Do not forget to follow twitch.tv/Super Mario World. And don't forget to follow Dunkel and TM. Both excellent players.
Don't have to follow me and Matthew. You're not that fun.
No, it's not required.
Yeah, I think that's it for us.
It's all for us. GG. And we'll see you another restream.
Bye.